All right, let's go, you guys. Well, while you guys are hopping on, I am going to create a roster for NFL today on PrizePicks because I absolutely love this. And you know what? I've already fulfilled my ads for the week. I'm doing this honest to God because I am trying to spread the word how fun this game is. It's so fun, man. I really wish I would have thought of this when I was in this business. All right. So anybody who has any suggestions, you guys just go ahead and throw them out. I'm gonna do like two. I'm gonna do two, and then we're gonna talk about Renato Moicano going to France and absolutely dropping a honestly, like the main point that I want to make about this is the fact that the UFC literally is the best organization ever, run by the best CEO in history, because any other, like literally any other organization would have like fired a fighter for his post-fight speech, or at the very least would have told him no shop talk, no politics, no whatever. Dana lets them say anything they want. Okay. Like we're gonna go through what Renato Moicano said into a microphone in France yesterday, and I know people take this for granted now that UFC fighters are allowed to say whatever they want, but you really need to think about this. All right, like we need to actually think about what he said in France yesterday. It's amazing. I love Renato Moicano, and we're also going to talk about him absolutely demolishing Saint Denis and the fact that his shoulder is broken in half. I'll tell you all about that. All right. So I think that, Brock Purdy, New York, man, I don't want to bet against, I don't want to, play against my guy. I think Mahomes does more. And I think let's go rushing yards. I want to go Achane over, and then there we go. Bam. Bam. And if you guys want to play this game, all you got to do is go to the link in the description, and you can also play PrizePicks. And if you make a deposit and you play $5, you will get an extra $50 for free. All right. So, did you say soccer? I know nothing about international soccer whatsoever, but we could do MMA, dog. We could do MMA, dog. Beep, boop, beep. I know a lot about this. Alex Pereira, over under is only 40 significant strikes. Wow, that is wild. That is wild. Because they're just like, well, if he lands 40 strikes, someone's unconscious for sure. You know what I mean? This is not gambling. This is fantasy sports, guy. It's a game that we're playing. Okay? Lots of games cost money. Does it cost money when you go bowling? Do you get to bowl for free? You know, you go bowl. Is that free? Okay. The reason this game is amazing and PrizePicks is because you pay to play, but you also can win your money back and more. That's not gambling. That's just a good reward system, you know? Like, let's be honest. Jeez. Okay, so let's talk about Renato Moicano and the fights yesterday, because oh my God. First of all, let's be honest. Okay. Let's be honest. How many people thought there was a chance that Renato Moicano was going to walk through Saint Denis like that? Anybody? No. No one had him walking through him like that. That was insane. Like, I want you guys to seriously think about this. Like, think about how you viewed Renato Moicano day before yesterday. Okay. Just in terms of like, this is where he's at in his career. This is what his capabilities are, so on and so forth, etc. Right? Like, he's obviously an awesome fighter, and he's probably the best guy, certainly in the top 4 best guys on the mic in the entire organization. High ceiling. But, you know, against Jalen Turner, almost got finished and then came back. Like, I think everybody in this, you know, thinking about this fight was like, if he can withstand the early onslaught from Saint Denis and he slows down a little bit and he can implement some grappling, he's got a good shot in this fight. I think that's how everybody was breaking it down. I don't think anybody, Saint-Denis has, aside from his early, where he stepped in on short notice, which I don't even think that really counts. Aside from that fight, he has gone ham in the first round. He's destroyed every single fighter that he had fought in the first round, including Dustin Poirier. Poirier got, Poirier is a piece of steel who was able to withstand the initial onslaught and then, got a really impressive finish. Nobody has just completely shut down his offense completely from the first minute. And if anybody is unclear on how good Moicano's ground game is, I don't think you are anymore. That was insane. Dude, are you out of your mind, guy? See? You drop a hard RN bomb in my chat, I will ban you. You just got banned, dude. Straight up. You know how many times I've straight up banned a person off here for shit like that? Like maybe 3 times. You're like the 3rd person. And all caps hard RN bomb. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Anyway, so dude, here's the thing about that. I should sell Jesse on Fire stickers. The thing is that I do literally every single thing for this channel, right? Like I film, I edit, I do the thumbnails, I do the titles, I do the descriptions. I do the same thing for me and Gabrielle's channel. I only have so much like mental bandwidth. And so the upside is every dollar that comes in, I keep, right? Except I take that back. I have one employee who makes like shorts for our other channel. But like, yeah, I mean, the upside is I keep all the money. The downside is I just like things that are common sense for, I have 380,000 subscribers. How many channels that have an engaged audience like mine don't have any merch, right? Like that's embarrassing, but I just don't, I just don't have the bandwidth. It's like, that's the downside of me doing literally everything, but I should have merch. I'm embarrassed that I don't. Okay. So, but yeah, with Moicano, dude, first of all, takedown was incredible. And then the way that he dominated on the ground, that was wild. Dude, he's not, and I heard those guys say, they're like, the commentators were saying, they're like, Moicano, what's shocking is Moicano is actually stronger than Saint-Denis. I'm like, I mean, maybe, but there's a weird, it's a weird comment because it can be like strength is all over the place. Like, you think that Moicano benches more than Saint-Denis? You think that he can squat more than Saint-Denis? It's like Moicano has such incredible grappling. He has that freak strength when you are actually in a dynamic moving position because his body's always in the right spot. He always I don't know if anybody is actually paying attention when I talk about jiu-jitsu, but my sensei is Shanji Ribeiro. Like he just got inducted into the ADCC Hall of Fame. And I can't even explain to you what he feels like to engage with. It's like I don't even, I mean, he's obviously very fucking strong. I think he's like probably 220, but it's like the weight is like, you can't even comprehend it because his body is literally always positioned in a way where he feels 3 times as heavy. He's immovable. Like it's like, it doesn't even make, like, I can't even like make sense of it when he's on you, like where you're like, dude, I can't do, there are very few people that I cannot make any space with at all. Like I'm super fucking strong. I can at least get a little bit of space on people. He is immovable. And that's what Moicano looked like on Saint-Denis. His body's always in the right position. He just crushed him. Absolutely crushed him. Body triangled him and then punched him in the face 1,000 times, dude. It's like, that was a brutal round. They say it was a 10-7. 10-7. If there has ever been a 10-7 round, that's what it's like. I mean, that's what it looks like. And you know, the fact that that he came out in the second round was pretty impressive. Now, I was watching the fight, and in the second round, I actually got an alert from X when Ali Abdelaziz said Renato Moicano's shoulder is out. And as soon as I looked, I was like, oh my God, his shoulder is out. You could just visibly see it. I texted Bisping, like, because he's commentating. I'm like, dude, look at Moicano's shoulder, because they hadn't said anything about it. He didn't text me back till hours and hours later. But it was weird because it looked like his shoulder was out, but then he's using that arm. Like, obviously, if your shoulder is completely dislodged like that, if it was actually dislocated, he's not able to throw a jab and do things with it. So it's like, okay, maybe he has some kind of weird thing I've just never noticed before, like maybe he has some kind of like a genetic thing I've never noticed, but then he wasn't shooting. It's like, there's something wrong. And then you see did you guys see the x-ray? Look at this x-ray, dude. I mean, and the thing is, he never even said anything about it after the fight. Like, he gets on there, does not even mention the fact that his collarbone is completely separated. I mean, like, this is an insane injury, dude. Dude, why is this not? Oh my God, Moicano's saying that this was an existing injury. Okay, this is infuriating. Why won't it okay, here we go. Okay, so he suffered a serious shoulder injury weeks before the win. Oh my God, look at that, dude. He fought with that. He fought with that. He went in the first round with that injury. I mean, you could literally visibly see that his collarbone was completely detached. Like, you could see it. That's why it looked like his shoulder was out. That's insane. I literally can't even imagine how much that must hurt, dude. Like, that bone is supposed to be connected to that bone. The promo code is Jesse on fire, all one word. That is, I mean, yeah, see, there you go. That's what you could see. I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but good Lord, look at that, dude. Tourist, if you have that, I know what you're talking about, like the that thing, like, it's like if you don't, you break, I assume you're talking like a broken hand like that. So if you let that heal wrong, you end up having to go get surgery. Like, I got a boxer's fracture in this, wait, you can't see it on the one, like my right ring finger. And I got casted, and this was like, I don't know, this was a long time ago, and I still had like an office job, and I couldn't write with my right hand. And this is still a time where I still had to like fill out forms and stuff for like things I was ordering, like, things I was ordering at the, anyway, it doesn't matter. And it was so annoying, right? It wasn't like super serious. It was broken, but it wasn't like compound or anything. It was like, but it was broken. And I was casted for 4 weeks. I went in, they were going to have me take it off in 4 weeks and see how it looked. They took the cast off. I got the x-ray, and they handed me the x-rays, and I went into the next room, and I was waiting for the doctor, and I looked at him, and I could tell it was still broken. And I was like, dude, I can't. And I just left. So I just like walked out of the hospital because I knew they were going to want to put a cast on it. And I'm like, I'll just leave it alone. Like, I wasn't going to go back to training yet, but like, I just couldn't have a cast. And they called me so many fucking times. They're like, dude, your hand is still broken. Like, you need to come back. But mine's fine. But I have another buddy who broke his hand, like, he broke it a little bit worse, and he let it heal that way. And he ended up having to get surgery. They had to like open him up, re-break it, reattach it, the whole thing, dude. But this is absolutely wild. I am not hard at all. This dude is hard. If you don't pull out of a fight with that, then I don't know who does, man. Now, with that said, right? He goes in like, well, anyway, the point I was making actually was the reason why, in the second round, I was getting concerned because obviously I was rooting for Moicano. I love that dude, man. And when you could visibly see he was seriously injured. And then he wasn't shooting. And when he did, Benoit's like, Benoit's super hurt and he can't see out of one eye and he's shaking off the takedowns. I was like, oh, fuck, man. That's not good, man. That's not good. But, lucky for everybody who wanted Moicano to win, he had done so much damage in the first round that Benoit. Dude, let me ask you guys this. I mean, this is it's a serious question. What on earth is on my head? There's like what is that? It's like a huge string stuck in the gel in my hair. Okay, so I'm honestly asking you guys, how do you feel about that stoppage? Okay, and just the context being that he really cannot see out of his right eye, right? The doctor knows he can't see at all. That said, he wants to fight. He just got done with looking pretty good in that last round. I don't know, man. I didn't love it, dude. Like, I don't necessarily blame the doctor because that's kind of like, they get trained on how to make decisions on whether to stop fights. And if they're like, a guy literally cannot see out of his eye, they're supposed to stop the fight, right? So I'm not like mad at the doctor, but you can't, at least in your mind as a hardcore like us, be listening to Bisping commentating, knowing Bisping won the title and continued his entire career without sight in one of his eyes. And then when they stop a fight like that, because one guy can't see out of one eye, not at least be like, oh man, you know what I mean? I don't think it's a bad stoppage. And I'm glad that Moicano won, obviously. But I don't know. I mean, you know what I mean? No, I know. I'm not saying it was a bad call. Like if I'm the doctor, you got to stop it. He can't see. But I don't know. I don't know if people like were complaining about it online or not. I didn't really check. But again, I do want to say this though. Now let's get to let me see if I can find his post-fight speech, dude. So because oh my God, he absolutely. And the UFC put, oh my God. Okay, here, let's see. Okay. Let's see if UFC put the whole thing on. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round. Oh, wait. Sorry, I forgot that this gave me an alert that you guys could not hear this. All right, let's go. Fine now. The comment / question that Bisping gave him was, I don't think anyone expected this dominant of a performance, but wow, congratulations, right? His face when he's like, I think Bisping like he had like an accidental like, oh my God.
They didn't never.
Dude, that's like a unconscious like, oh fuck, like this dude, and he's not done yet. He's straight up said, he's like, so. Get great performance. Who do you want next? I want to say, fuck Macron, fuck the government, fuck the globalists. Oh my God, I love this dude, man. I swear to God, Moicano is such a savage, dude. He's such a savage. In addition to the fact, he comes in there like this is what I'm saying. This is why the UFC is the best organization ever. But Renato Moicano goes in there, a crazy-ass Brazilian with neck tattoos, beats the shit out of a dude, gets on the microphone, and then drops. He's like, and then I need you guys to read this book about why democracy is a lie. You're like, damn, this motherfucker reads too? He's the total package, man. That's so funny, man. I wish, the The only, like, listen, dude, let me actually tell you guys something. For those of you who do not interact with Brazilians on a regular basis, if Brazilians are from Brazil and they're living in the United States, I'm telling you, if you know any of them, hey, ask them about how they feel about the government in Brazil right now, or ask them about like how they feel about, you know, these countries that are trying to implement communism. See, just ask them, you know, see what they say, because they are much heavier on it than, like, because they are actually living it down there. Like, they're, you know, some of them go back and forth, some of them have relatives down there. And it's like, it's fucking crazy. Like, people do not understand, like, this is actually happening, you know, like, this shit's really happening. It's not like just, you know, nonsensical propaganda to, like, you know, fear tactics by conservatives. It's not. This is real. Like, the globalist agenda is 100% real. And like I said, dude, all you got to do, if you do, you know, go join a jiu-jitsu gym, start talking to the Brazilians there about it. You know, you will have a universal answer from all of them, which is like, you know, they are not fans of these motherfuckers, and neither am I, you know. Oh yeah, same with Cubans too. But see, the thing is like the Cubans grew, like, you know, anybody who's Cuban and is, you know, like anywhere near any of our ages, they either grew up with it or their parents grew up with it and fled. What's happening in Brazil is it's happening now. Like, they're taking it from a free country to a not free communist country, you know, like that is literally happening underneath our nose. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Elon, well, or Twitter or whatever, they ended up having to give in. The Brazilian government, this one guy, let me show you a picture of this guy too. This one judge in Brazil literally was like, we're banning X in this country because they won't censor anti-government stuff or like whatever. Like, and just look at this guy's face, okay? And you tell me, does this guy look like a good guy? Like, does this guy look like someone that you're all right? Hold on. Like, I looked at this dude, I'm like, this is a, there you go. Have a look at that guy's face. You know? He seems like the kind of guy that I would definitely trust not to have any corrupt motives ever. This is the kind of person, like, you know, you go to meet your girlfriend's dad, you know, the first time, and this dude walks out, you're all, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. Every single picture of this guy looks like this too. In all seriousness, like, I'm not joking. Like, this dude, watch. That's not a unique image, dude. Look at that one, dude. Oh my God. Whoa, bro. So again, the mainstream left-wing media is working overtime to make it look like Elon Musk is some kind of like bad guy because he aligned with Trump. And so, of course, they're like, he is blah, 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 to the point where, like, now, if information is even posted on Twitter, they're like, there's like, I don't, la, 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 la. And you're like, dude, every single piece of information in the history of the world is posted on Twitter. Like, that doesn't like delegitimize the data, but like, it's like, if you publicly align yourself with Trump and you have a lot of power, they're going to come get you. But like, this is, and so of course, like, when they read about this story of this judge in Brazil versus Elon Musk, they automatically are like, well, because Elon Musk is you know, letting people spread disinformation in Brazil. And you're like, have you talked to any Brazilians about this? Do you actually know anyone from Brazil? Well, no, I know you don't. I know you don't know any of them, because it's very hard to be a consistent jiu-jitsu practitioner and stay that ignorant, because all the gym owners had their lives destroyed during the pandemic. And then also all the Brazilians are on that side. And also anybody who has testosterone over, you know, 300 also is on the other side. So, you know, like Mark Zuckerberg, you end up transitioning. It's just natural because eventually you're going to see the world for how it is. But so like now that we've established you don't know anyone from Brazil, well, I do. Okay. I do. And I'm telling you, you're on the wrong side of this. This is the guy running the other side of this. Okay. Do you have any ability to judge character by a photograph? You think there's a world? You think there's a world where this is the good guy? You think there's a world where this is the fucking good guy? This dude? Give me a break, man. Anyway. Alan White, stop spamming. That would be cool. I would love to do Rogan more than anything in the entire world. No. Oh, normal emotions. I think that's actually a good read, except I think that he has only specific emotions, and you know, I bet you can guess which ones those are, right? Envy, anger, pride, right? Like, do you think that this guy has genuine like love for anyone? Honestly, like anyone? Do you think that this guy, like, my read on this dude, if I was gonna guess, is like, I'd be like, do you like, if someone was like, do you think this guy loves his kids? I'd be like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure he feels like protective of his kids, but if you really were like, but like, what's driving that? I'd be like, probably ego and pride. You know, they're like, these are my kids. You know, or at least I can only speak for myself. But the reason why I bring my kids to like whatever they're doing is because I'm like, okay, God, if I do the lazy thing and don't bring them, then when they're my age, or you know, when they're older, like I don't want to be responsible for them not living the best life. Like I just feel like I feel like my emotions in this guy's are extraordinarily different. Jesse Cuck on Fire banned a guy for using freedom of speech. I banned a guy because he put in all caps and a hard R N bomb. I mean, yeah, I did that. He dropped a hard R N bomb in all caps in my chat 2 times. So I banned him. Yeah, I did. Yeah, if there's a deep state that pulled the strings on of anyone, he'd be that person feeling horribly guilty at all. Like, I mean, you're right about this guy being deep state. Like, he is the deep state guy. Like, this guy wants the fight. Like, he wants to be the guy that's like, I'm ordering this. Like, there are these people who like want to be the sledgehammer, knowing that all the people disagree. You know what I mean? I forgot about this. Chad, what's up, dude? You guys, Chad's my friend in real life. I rarely bet with my heart, but I bet on Moicano last night. Let me tell you something, brother. It paid off much. Like, yeah, dude. I wanted Moicano to win so much that I almost bet on Benoit because that's what I do. You know, like I bet if I really love a guy, that I bet on the other dude, and that way I'm happy to lose the bet, or the money kind of like dampens the emotional impact. His X-ray was fucking wild. How you doing, by the way? I'm good, dude. Thank you very much, Anthony Viejo. Yeah, dude. I mean, he looks like Bezos because he's bald, but Bezos does not look like this guy in his eyeballs. Jovan, thank you very much, dude. Guys, remember to sub, like, a tip, works hard. Good to see the channel grow. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate you. Like with Bezos, I'm telling you, if you watch any long form interviews with Bezos, he's fascinating, dude. Like if I had to pick one of the kind of big tech, well, actually, I kind of like all of them, to be honest. I would love to hang out with Elon. I would be very interested to hang out with Bezos. And obviously Zuck's one of us now. So yeah, I would love to hang out with Zuck, dude. It's so crazy to me how like these like I watched on Timcast the other day when they were talking about Zuckerberg, and they really like, you know, Zuckerberg's all, I'm now a libertarian and I want to change, I don't know, whatever he's saying, right? And everybody's like, oh God, no one's buying this. He's doing this because he's scared of Trump. And I'm like, no, he's not. That's not correct. I don't expect them to understand because they're not in our community. But I knew instantly, as soon as Zuckerberg got really like heavily kind of accepted into our world, like where he's like hanging out with Volkanovski, he's walking out with these guys. He's like, you know, he trains every day. He's buddies with Dana. Like, I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. Now, what I also know, though, is that people think that because he says I'm a libertarian, they're like, okay, well then stop banning this guy, or like, you know, change the rules on you know, Instagram and Facebook. I'm like, you got, and that is something you guys definitely don't understand. He can't do that by himself. There's no fucking way. Like he has, dude, how many, let me see how many employees Meta has. Hang on. Bro. Meta has 71,000 employees. And probably 99% of them are on the left. That's one of those things, like he couldn't do it if he wanted to. Because there's way, like with a company that big, there's way too, you have to delegate policy stuff. And at a certain point, like you're going to hit someone that's going to be like, okay, like what's he going to tell them? You know what I mean? Like what's he going to tell them? Like, okay, now we're favoring conservatives, or like, hey, no more banning this person or this person for, you know what I mean? It's like he could step in very specific instances, which I would expect him to do at this point. But like, you know, like Elon has. But a company that big, you can't just like by edict change the landscape when everyone who works for you are, you know, little dweebs on the other side. I honestly, I mean, I say it's 99%. I really wonder what it actually is, because what I really believe is more than there being this, you know, this really I think they have done such an incredible job of creating the impression that everyone, you know, in tech or everyone in Hollywood is on that side. And they still live in the world where people are afraid to say that they disagree, you know, more than that they are on their side, you know, because you have they've made it where if you are a person who's outwardly like, oh my God, Donald Trump, Dana White is scum, Elon Musk is blah, blah, blah. They reward you, you know, it's like, yeah, he's really he's speaking truth. So there are plenty of people who are outspoken like that, and it doesn't hurt, might even help their career. And if you say the opposite, it hurts their career. But the actual numbers, I don't know, man. I just don't know. Because they're still people after all. All you need to do is know fucking one person that you actually care about who was a barber during the pandemic, or was like a, you know, a gym owner, or someone who had their life destroyed by the government during the pandemic. And there's too many of them for people not to at least start questioning it. Not to mention, I mean, I talked to one guy who's young too. He's like he's someone whose wedding we were at, and he's like their younger cousin. And he said the way he ended up like changing sides was because he was in college, and he said that he found out that one of his really close friends in 2020 was going to vote for Trump. And he said that like he had always just thought like nothing but these like white trash KKK people were on that side. And he's all, damn, he's like, that guy? He's like, I mean, he's like, so I just had to kind of be like, well, I know he's like one of the best guys I know. So I started asking like, why? He's like, it was like, and he's like, and then, you know, over the next few weeks, it was like a veil was being lifted. Like, it was like, oh my God, I can't believe I believed all that stuff. And it's like I mean, I totally understand. It's the power of the collective media and social media is so insane that, you know, very smart people get sucked into it. You know, once you see it though, you'll never unsee it ever again. You know, like once you see it, you'll never unsee it. I mean, I don't know. All right. I got to jump. Congratulations, Moicano. You are a fucking badass. And if you guys haven't watched it yet, you guys should go watch the video that I did earlier. Wait. Oh, what I think about the twerking thing at the fights is stupid. Stupid as fuck. You just choked her. Like, that's the ultimate own, dude. As soon as you do a twerk afterwards, now I'm like, what? Like, that's weird. I thought the twerk was fucking lame. I absolutely do not agree with this at all. I think in normal circumstances, whoever wins, it doesn't matter. I think that is absolutely not true with Trump, and that's the reason why they've been pulling out all the stops for the last 8 years, trying to, discredit him, silence him, then ultimately kill him, But anyway, neither here nor there. All right, we gotta go. Love all you guys.